It's been 6 months since my husband passed away. 6 long months since the love of my life left this world, leaving me alone and adrift. I never realized just how much I relied on him, on his presence in my life, until he was gone. At first, I tried to keep busy. I cleaned the house, rearranged the furniture, tried out new recipes. But no matter what I did, the loneliness crept in. It settled into my bones like a chill, a constant ache that I couldn't shake. I didn't know what to do with myself. I had never lived alone before. My whole life had been intertwined with my husband's, and now that he was gone, I felt like I had lost a part of myself. The days stretched on endlessly, each one feeling longer and more unbearable than the last. I would wake up, go through the motions of the day, and then crawl into bed, hoping that sleep would take me away from the pain. But it never did. The pain was always there, a constant companion that I couldn't escape. And then, one day, I saw a flyer for a local community center. They were advertising a knitting circle, and something about it called to me. I had always loved knitting, and maybe this would be a way to meet some new people, to fill the void that my husband's absence had left. So I went. I was nervous at first, surrounded by women who all seemed to know each other already. But as we worked on our knitting projects, we began to talk, to laugh, to share stories. And for the first time in months, I felt a sense of connection, of belonging. I began to look forward to the knitting circle every week, to the conversations and the laughter and the warmth of the other women. They didn't know the depth of my pain, but they offered a balm for my loneliness, a refuge from the emptiness of my days. And then, one day, I couldn't hold it in any longer. The grief that I had been carrying around, the weight of it, finally spilled out of me. "I miss my husband so much," I said, my voice breaking. "I don't know how to live without him. I feel so alone." The other women listened, their faces full of empathy and understanding. And then, one by one, they began to share their own stories of loss and grief. They talked about their husbands, their children, the pain that they carried with them every day. And as I listened, I felt a sense of comfort, a sense of solidarity. I wasn't alone in my pain. I wasn't the only one who had lost someone they loved. In the weeks and months that followed, I continued to attend the knitting circle. And as I shared more of my story, as I allowed myself to be vulnerable and open, I found a sense of healing. It wasn't a sudden, miraculous transformation. But it was a gradual opening, a softening of the edges of my grief. I still miss my husband, every day. But now I know that I'm not alone. I have a community of women who understand, who offer their support and their love. And that makes all the difference in the world.
Loneliness is a pervasive problem in our society that affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and socioeconomic statuses. It is a deeply human experience that has been with us for as long as we have existed. Despite its universal nature, loneliness is often dismissed as a personal failing rather than a societal issue. We are taught to value independence and self-sufficiency above all else, and to see vulnerability and dependence as weaknesses. But the reality is that we all need connection, support, and love in our lives. When we don't have those things, we suffer. The consequences of loneliness are far-reaching and devastating. It can lead to depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues, as well as physical health problems such as heart disease and stroke. It can also affect our ability to form and maintain meaningful relationships, leaving us feeling isolated and disconnected from the world around us. As a society, we need to start taking loneliness seriously. We need to recognize that it is not a personal problem, but a symptom of a larger cultural issue. We need to prioritize human connection and create spaces for people to come together, to share their stories, and to support one another. Only then can we begin to address the root causes of loneliness and create a society that values the well-being of its citizens above all else.